Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, I understand that some of you all may be fixing your credit reports and you're seeing that a lot of things coming off of your Experian credit file. And so you're ready to go get funding, right? And so I'm going to show you the best credit cards you should go after with your Experian credit file. Most people trying to go after the high limit credit cards and stuff, like they will go after Chase Sapphire, right? The Chase Sapphire Reserve, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, right? And so the preferred card with the Chase gives you $5,000. The Reserve will start you at $10,000, right? Now, don't get me wrong, those are great cards, and I'll tell you why so you can understand. Granted, they pull Experian, all right? But also understand that, say, like with me, as my business and stuff, I do a lot of car rentals and stuff like that, right? And so the thing about it with those type of cards, they cover 100% of the insurance. So when you go to the car rental place, they say, do you want car insurance and stuff? Besides your regular insurance, these two credit cards actually covers your insurance in case of anything happens, right? So that's the reason I will get them. But in terms of being brand new to Chase and stuff, I would not expect a high limit unless you already have a long relationship with them. Okay, like I said, those two cards, the one gives you five starting at 5,000, one starts at 10,000. But I know for some of us, we probably want to say, well, what else can we get? And so here's how I would play it. All right, because Chase does have that 524, then this is how I would do it. I would look for credit unions. Okay. And the reason why, because most credit unions, when you do that hard inquiry on your Experian, they will allow you to use that same hard inquiry, usually between 30 to 90 days. Okay. So that's the reason I would look at certain credit unions. Like you have the United Nations Federal Credit Union, right? Now, with this here credit union, they give you up to $100,000 on a credit card. Now, you're going to have to open up a savings account, which is about $50. Also, just keep in mind, like with some of these credit unions, they may use check systems, they may use early warning systems, or they may be pulling from like LexisNexis. So with United Nations Federal Credit Union, again, they may use check systems. So make sure that your check systems is right. All right. So the minimum credit score for this here with your Experian, you're probably looking at about a 660 credit score. All right. So that's one. Also, you have Pennsylvania State Employees Credit Union, all right? And so it uses a mortgage score. And again, for most people, they never even seen their mortgage score. So they don't even know what their mortgage score looks like, all right? So usually with Pennsylvania State Employees Credit Union, they're going to use mortgage score FICO 2. All right. Now, if you need to see what your actual mortgage score is and how to leverage your mortgage scores besides your other FICO scores, then click the link. You can actually get your real credit report and schedule a one-on-one. And I actually show you how to read it and leverage it. All right. Now, with them, they definitely going to pull check systems. But here's the thing about it. Once you do a hard pull with them, guess what? You're able to use that same hard pull to get a loan as well as a car loan. All right. Now, the minimum credit score with this here credit union is about a 620. Okay. So that's something you need to understand. Then you have TD Bank. All right. So with TD Bank, they offer the credit cards. Now, I would tell you with TD Bank, you definitely want to make sure that you're going after the Visa Signature card. The reason is because we know that the Visa Signature cards, as I've been telling you guys, if you're going after top tier, high limit credit cards, all right, you have Visa Signature, you have Visa Infinite, and you have World Elite, MasterCard, okay? Those are the three type of cards you want to look for the signature to get higher limits, all right? Most of the time, all right? And the higher limits usually start out about $5,000, all right? So you want to look at, with TD Bank, you want to look at the Visa signature cards, all right? The average credit score with them is about a 660, all right? Now, the next credit card I would definitely tell you you may want to check out is like American Express, okay? But here's the thing about it with people with American Express. They get hung up on the platinum and the gold cards, you know, and I get it. You want to flash, you want to show that, hey, I got good credit and stuff like that. However, here's the thing about it. I had to break this down to another client because he kept hearing that, well, if you max out the credit card with American Express, they'll cut the card off. Well, here's how American Express works. And I'll tell you the best credit card you want to get with American Express, and it's not the platinum or the gold, all right? In my opinion, all right? But here's the thing about it. With the platinum and the gold credit cards, all right? Yes, they are charge cards, but they have this thing that says spread it out over time, basically. So what it is, say that they give you a limit of 25,000. Now, a lot of people think their charge cards do not have a limit, but that's not true. All American Express charge cards have a limit except for the black card, okay? Now, here's the thing about it. Of course, with the black card, you're going to pay $5,000 just to even have the card. But going back to what I'm saying about these here charge cards so you can understand it, that with the charge cards, with American Express, they have this thing spend it over time. So if they give you $25,000, okay, and you said, well, I know at least I'm going to spend $5,000, okay? So what you can do a Planet, and that $5,000, it'll go on a 6-month payment plan, okay? And then anything beyond that $5,000, if you use the card, then you have to pay it off that following month. Now, here's another thing that I continue to tell you guys. You have to be very careful with American Express, because say that you do have the money and say that you max out that $25,000 and you paid it back. If you do that multiple times, then that's going to create a financial audit. All right. So that's something that a lot of people don't even realize, and it ends up hurting them. That's number one. Number two is that, like, if they give you your spending limit and you keep on checking your spending limit like 2 or 3 times in a month, that'll also create a financial audit, right? So you have to be very careful with them. So even if you got the money and you able to pay it off, you max out the card and pay it off and stuff like that, I would not do that, because if you do it, then you're going to have to go through this financial audit and you have to produce pay stubs and you have to produce taxes and stuff. Now, we can help you with the pay stubs because we offer a service that can give you free pay stubs and payroll up to 4 months. Now, in March Madness, we were doing 6 months. Now we're doing 4 months. But at the same time, we also do a free credit repair evaluation once you're qualified for the payroll service. So if that's something you're interested in. All right. Now, here's something else you need to understand. You have the State Department Federal Credit Union. Oh, I forgot to mention the best American Express credit card is the American Express Blue Cash Every Day. And the reason is because it gives you 15 months of zero interest and purchases on balance transfers. Okay, so that's the reason why that card. Now, I know a lot of people, we want to try to liquidate this card. So with American Express, they are very conscious of what people are trying to do with these cards, especially when trying to get cash and not try to pay a whole lot of interest on the money and stuff. So where you used to be able to go to plastic, and to be able to pay vendors and stuff with your American Express. Now they limited to which type of vendors and stuff you can pay or whatever. Then Melio, you are able to do it. So those are 2 vendors you may want to check out if you're trying to liquidate that American Express. All right. Now, Another card, again, talking about the State Department Federal Credit Union. They offer up to $100,000 on their credit cards as well. All right. Now, this here, again, one of those credit unions, you can use that same hard inquiry. And I would try to go after a line of credit instead of a loan, right? And because with the line of credit, you're only going to get charged interest on what you actually use. So that's the reason why I would actually go after this here card in that line of credit. All right. Now, let's talk about some of these low-hanging fruit that people look over. First National Bank of Omaha, okay? They have a Visa signature card, 670 credit score to get qualified. Now, you have to be careful with First National Bank of Omaha, because when you start using that card and say that you max out the card, they will cut your limit. So if anybody that has that card, used that card, has experienced this, then put it in the comments, or let me know if you even like the card. But they use Experian FICO 9 for their card, so that's a good card. They also issue it, like if you're a gambler, you go to Vegas and stuff, they issue the M Life MasterCard as well. Okay, and so the M Life MasterCard is through First National Bank, so that's going to be Experian FICO 9 as well. So if you love Vegas, going to Vegas and stuff, I go to Vegas, but I don't gamble. That's a great card to have, because you get to points for the hotels as well as free parking and stuff with the M Life credit card and stuff like that. And it builds up points. So again, it's not a bad card to have. It's just the thing about it, most people are not aware